Did you know that the most famous betrayal in history might not be what you think? Seriously, the story of Julius Caesar's fall is packed with twists and turns, and one name holds the key to a truth that is way darker than what we've been told. We all know Caesar, right? The Roman general and statesman who conquered Gaul and became a total hero to his people. His ambition? Legendary. His victories? Countless. He completely reshaped Rome and set it on the path to becoming this massive empire we talk about today. But as you can guess, with great power comes some pretty powerful enemies, and that's where our juicy story really kicks off. So before we dive into the conspiracy, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of these wild stories. Trust me, you'll want to stick around. Alright, let's set the scene. The year is 44 BC, and Rome is a city hanging by a thread. Caesar has just been declared dictator for life, and let me tell you, that title sounded a whole lot like king to the Roman senators who were super protective of their republic. Whispers of tyranny were echoing through the hallowed halls of the Senate, and a plot was brewing in the shadows, a desperate plan to save Rome from one-man rule. But hold up, was it really about saving the republic, or was it more about personal ambition and jealousy? At the heart of this conspiracy were over 60 senators, guys Caesar thought of as colleagues, even friends. They called themselves the Liberators. But let's be real, who were they really liberating? Themselves or Rome? The tension was thick, and every time Caesar stepped out in public, you could practically feel the weight of the moment. He had received all sorts of warnings, from a soothsayer's famous prophecy to his wife's terrifying nightmares. I mean, how do you ignore all that? Was it arrogance? Or did he just think he was invincible? Caesar's journey to this point was nothing short of a masterclass in political and military strategy. He wasn't just a general, he was a brilliant propagandist. He published his commentaries on the Gallic War, not just as a historical record, but as a way to boost his popularity back in Rome. Talk about savvy. He crafted this public image of himself as an invincible, god-like figure. But with every victory, the fear and resentment among the Roman elite grew. They didn't see him as a savior. They saw him as a threat who had become too powerful and too beloved by the common people. Remember when he crossed the Rubicon River with his army? That was a huge deal. It was a direct act of treason, and he famously said, "The die is cast." This wasn't just a military move. It was a declaration of war against the Senate. From that moment, his fate was sealed. But here's the kicker. Could he have chosen a different path, or was this clash for Rome's soul just destined to happen? Now let's fast forward to the Ides of March 15th, 44 BC. The air in the theater of Pompey, where the Senate was meeting, was thick with dread. Caesar arrived, brushing off the final desperate warning. As he took his seat, the conspirators crowded around him, pretending to present a petition. It was all a setup. One senator grabbed his toga, pulling it from his neck, and then, bam! The first dagger struck. Chaos erupted. Caesar fought back like a desperate, cornered lion, but he was hopelessly outnumbered. And then, in the midst of all this chaos, he saw him. Through the press of bodies and flashing blades, he spotted a face he never expected: Marcus Junius Brutus, his protege, a guy he had mentored, pardoned, and promoted. Some even whispered he might be his own illegitimate son. Can you imagine that betrayal? Seeing Brutus among his assassins broke him. Historical accounts say he stopped fighting, pulled his toga over his head, and accepted his fate. Did he really say, "Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus?" Or is that just a myth cooked up by Shakespeare? What were his actual last words? The truth is, we don't know for sure. But that image of his final, soul-crushing betrayal has echoed through history. The hero of Rome stabbed 23 times, falling at the feet of a statue of his greatest rival, Pompey the Great. It was brutal, poetic, and terrifying all at once. So was Caesar a tyrant who deserved his fate, or a visionary leader betrayed by lesser men? The assassination didn't save the Republic. In fact, it plunged Rome into a new series of civil wars, ultimately leading to the rise of the first Roman emperor, Caesar's own grandnephew and adopted son, Octavian. And those so-called liberators? They ended up dead or in exile. In the end, did their betrayal achieve anything at all, or did it just pave the way for the very thing they claimed to be fighting against? What do you think? Was Brutus a patriot or a traitor? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, while you're at it, tell me which historical figure's hidden story we should uncover next. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next investigation.